What I can tell you on that one is if you want to make business joyful, but also very successful, it has to be embedded very, very early on, day one. I did not have a previous knowledge or experience of business. So my earlier experience is, as I said, with Shepherds. Later on, I went to university in Ankara, became an activist, started publishing newspapers, and got into trouble with the government, and I had to get out. Some experience with the police station, but then out. And then I found myself in upstate New York working in a farm. So basically, I was home again in upstate New York, and not necessarily know what I was going to do with my life. And there was not a massive urgency of what I'm going to do with my life. One thing that I can tell about myself, not in a bragging way, is I was never nervous about life. Not that I had anything about it, but I didn't have this urgency of, oh, I have to do this, or I have to do this. I always had, growing up, you know, being up into those Mosul mountains where we grow up as nomads, I was always wondering what was behind the tallest mountain that we could see from our tents. And I had that curiosity that what would be beyond those mountains. So my journey was always, I wonder what life is going to be bringing. So I'm just going to go. I'm not in a position to say what makes businesses to scale, because I've seen enormous businesses in front of my eye to start and grow, became extremely powerful. But I can tell you what makes joy in business. If you're a founder, and if you are the beginning, you know, starting person in the journey, I can tell you that you could have an enormous amount of experiences through this. And for me, it is tremendous. And the true joy, true power of business comes when you see that it has a direct impact on people's life. And as it gets successful and bigger, it becomes extremely powerful. And this, I had no idea about this until I started. Now, what I can tell you on that one is if you want to make business joyful, but also very successful, it has to be embedded very, very early on, day one. And it truly needs to be embedded very on. And then it becomes magical. Like you just don't know how things come into life. You just don't know how you find solutions. People will give you credits. 99% of it is not you. It's the environment that you created, or you've been part of to be created, that inputs come from left and right. Ideas come from left and right. People become heroes. People become solution makers. And it becomes this magical environment. And I always said, it's an elevated environment. The idea, you say, you're not going to be $1 billion in sales in business in 5 years and stay 100% independent, and you will find all the money you needed to make this happen, that you don't have to raise a penny of capital, and then you will give the answer to the world. Impossible. But then slowly start happening. Toilets turn into office, parking lot turns into a cooler space with the trailers. You find used fillers somewhere else, and people find it in their nighttime talkings. And we literally turned that place into that place. And I had no previous experience of doing so. So what I can tell you in a short answer is I found magic in purpose. And I found magic and an amazing harmonization of love and anger. It's okay to be angry. I've been angry all my life. But if we can channel it through in a very positive way, that becomes an enormous energy. And the result of it, I can't put a price of the joy and benefit that you get from it. It's one of the most beautiful things that I've been part of that business effect on people's life.